This is a sentence that I never thought I'd say, Keith. Aberdeen are in for AC Milan striker Marko Lazetic.
Yeah.
Lazetic.
Lazetic.
Jesus. I mean, he's a young boy, but he does play for AC Milan. He was very highly rated a few years ago. He's only 21. But an interesting one.
Well, it's interesting, and not least because I think Aberdeen were trying to get a deal done for him in January, and I think they came really close to getting a deal done for him in January, but it fell through at the 11th hour. So he's obviously a player that Aberdeen have had their eye on for a good while now, and it seems as if AC Milan would be willing to help facilitate some sort of deal here. I don't know what the deal would look like, whether it's a loan with an option or whatever, or a straight out transfer. I don't know the details on it, but I do know that Aberdeen have been sniffing around this player, have been really interested in him for a good 6 months or so now, probably longer than that. And again, it's another really encouraging sign of the intent that the Hibs, the Aberdeens, the Hearts are showing this summer. The people are really having a crack at this now. And who would have thought, Aberdeen would even be linked to the prospect of trying to sign a striker from AC Milan. This is, and I don't feel as if it's reckless spending either. I think Scottish football knows the limits, its own limitations financially, but they're being shrewd and they're being adventurous and they're thinking outside the box, and I really like it.
Yeah.
And if Aberdeen could land a player like this with his, albeit he's, as you said, Daniel, 21, but I think he played at Red Star. I think that's where he sort of blazed his way to recognition there, and obviously so much so that AC Milan took interest. So why wouldn't you want to see a player like that going to a Scottish club, and hopefully having an impact in this league? This is why I've got such a good feeling about what we're about to get served up over the course of the next 10 months or whatever, Dan, because I just think this might be the best version of the Scottish top flight that we've seen in a considerable time. I think it's going to be really exciting.
As you can see there, Mark says it's exciting for the Dons. Rebel says they've got guaranteed European football as well, Keith.
Yeah, and that's such a key ingredient to this. And, some people have been saying it for a long time, and it's almost as if it's taken our clubs a while to actually really understand. They moan about TV deals, and I get all that domestically, but there are reasons for that, and we're never going to shift the dial. We're never going to get an EPL TV deal. So the way to make money in Scottish football, and you know what, it's not to put your hand out and tell other people to do their job, it's do your job. Because see, if you do your job right and you can get regular access to European football, that is where the money's at. Yeah. And it's always going to be that way. And it blows what you can earn in a good season of group stage European football. It'll blow away the kind of domestic sponsorship deals or TV deals. That's where you need to be at. And you're almost pushing at an open door because there's opportunities. European football is expanding and there are more opportunities to get into group stage football. And I think it's dawned on these clubs now that that's worth investing in, because if you can get yourself into that regular European football group stage, you're almost unlocking a sort of jackpot in relative terms to what Scottish clubs have had to get by on in the past. European football's where it's at.
Mm-hmm. And Bluebell says, and I'm all for it, we need a better level of league, and that starts with better teams who can also hold their own in the likes of the conference early stages.